At 14, my parents made me sign a $600 rent contract or leave home. A week later, a lawyer's letter landed on their table and their faces went pale. When I turned 12, Mom stopped buying my school lunch. You're old enough to work. Dad watched his $80 sports package on their new TV but couldn't afford $10 pencils. I started babysitting and dog walking. By 13, I bought my own food while they ordered takeout. You should get a job, Mom said, eating her takeout. The smell made my stomach hurt. I hid in my room. I built a lawn care business, made more than they saved. They had zero savings. Dad complained to friends about how expensive kids are while I sat there, independent since middle school. Then Dad lost his job. Can you lend us money for groceries? Mom asked. Just until your father finds something. When I refused, they got angry. Family supports each other. When I was 12, was that family support? That was different. We were teaching you responsibility. They asked for money every few days, angrier each time. Then both approached me with serious faces. It's time you start contributing to household expenses, Mom said. You earn good money. It's only fair you pay rent. Dad held out a contract. $600 per month plus utilities. Or find another place to live. $600 plus utilities would take nearly everything. Maybe $100 left for food, clothes, supplies. I'd saved $1,500 for college. This would destroy it in months. I need time to think. In my room, I researched if parents could charge minors rent. Parents must provide support until 17. Charging rent might be legal if they still provided basics, but they hadn't bought me food in a year, clothes since I was 12. I screenshot everything. Next morning, I told them I wouldn't sign until I talked to someone. Dad's face went red. You're ungrateful. I grabbed my backpack and left. At school, I told Mrs. Carter, the counselor, everything. Charging a minor rent while not providing food could be neglect. She connected me with legal aid. Morgan, the lawyer assigned to my case, listened. When I showed my budget notebook and photos of their takeout and trash while my cabinets were empty, his jaw tightened. Your parents must provide basic needs. They can't stop and charge rent instead. He offered to send a formal letter explaining their legal obligations. I agreed immediately. That evening, I told them I'd spoken with a lawyer. Mom's face went pale. Dad's jaw clenched. You're threatening us? His voice got louder. I stayed calm. I'm happy to help with chores, but I won't sign a contract that takes all my earnings. I need money for food and supplies since you stopped providing them. They screamed about disrespect, but I just walked to my room. A week later, Morgan's letter arrived via certified mail. I came home to find both parents at the kitchen table, documents spread out. They wouldn't look at me or say a word. Mrs. Carter checked in daily, helped me apply for free lunch. My neighbor, Mrs. Parker, stored my lawn equipment, gave me steady work. At home, my parents locked the pantry and counted fridge items. Didn't legally deny me food, but made clear what I could touch. I documented everything with photos and timestamps. Morgan said, evidence matters if this escalates. Dad showed up at my work yelling, "You're making us look like deadbeats." My boss escorted him out, threatening police. Mrs. Carter filed a report with child welfare. A caseworker, Ms. Donovan, scheduled a home visit. My parents panicked. Deep cleaned everything, practiced their story. Ms. Donovan talked to me privately. I showed her everything. She inspected the house, then sat with my parents. Charging rent to a minor may constitute neglect. You must ensure regular access to food and necessities. I'll be monitoring through follow-up visits. The moment she left, Mom removed the pantry lock without a word. Dad finally started applying for jobs. Over the next months, things changed. Dad got warehouse work, Mom got retail. They cooked at home more. But then I saw the cable bill. Dad reactivated his $80 sports package. One morning, Dad approached about rising household costs. I showed him our written mediation agreement. No rent until 17. His face went red, but he walked away. Eventually, we created a formal agreement. No rent until 17, specific chores, and my income stays mine. Now we eat dinner sometimes. Nobody yells. Nobody demands my money. It's not warm and we're not close, but it's peaceful. I got accepted to dual enrollment, full scholarship. Dad said, "That's good." Mom noted it would save them money. I've learned not to look for validation from them. My parents resent the scrutiny, but someone's keeping them accountable. I'm building a future that doesn't depend on them.